Hello. Welcome to Tales of Winternacht and our new mini-series Luck of the Draw, Chapter 1, Actual Play D&D 5e mini campaign. I'm Silver. I'll be your storyteller this evening, and with me are our players who I will have introduce themselves tonight, starting with Saga.
Oh, hi. I'm Saga. I'm here. I'm playing Curdwin, our Dreams Druid Shadow Sorcerer.
Ollie.
I am Ollie, and I'll be playing Marquis, a catfolk swashbuckler warlock.
AJ.
Hello, my name is AJ. I will be playing our peppy and positive Fairy College of Rhodes Bard, Atlin.
Conrad.
Um, uh, Hi, I'm Conrad, and I will be playing our freshly minted from Vrelia's Cauldron Spell Fletcher Ranger.
And last but certainly not least, Dustin. Dustin.
So rude. Not even here can I escape.
You can
Yes.
never escape.
My name
There was
is
one place you couldn't
Dustin.
escape, it would be here.
I am playing Nudios, a blade singing echidna who's got a penchant for making trouble.
All right. For those of you tuning in for the first time, I'd like to encourage you to check out our other material, other stories, Civil Spear, our main campaign, as well as Thick as Thieves 1 and 2, and Pens and Swords are all available on our YouTube channel. Also like to direct you to our Discord server and our Instagram to join our community and interact with us. Links to all can be found in the About section of the Twitch channel. Before we begin, I want to thank Smiteworks for Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice, Sirenscape for amazing ambient sound effects and music. You should be hearing a little bit of the music going right now. Discord for our voice and video, Wizards of the Coast for Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, the game we play, Tales of Winternacht is not sponsored by, nor are we an official representative of any of these companies, and the views and statements made during our game do not in any way represent those of the companies. And continuing on, we'll be running a different giveaway tonight. In honor of starting our new story, we're going to, all prior entries are still good. We're just going to change what the prize is, up the ante a little bit to, if we hit 110 followers tonight, we'll do a set of dice. And at your election, we'll send you a set of stickers too. We'll do both if we can get to that point tonight. Actually, we'll put it this way. If we hit 110, you get a set of dice. If you can get us to 115, we'll throw in a set of stickers too.
That's
Two
pretty
for the
good
price of one.
incentive.
To enter the giveaway, redeem 100 channel points, activate the enter giveaway option, and then join our Discord. Everyone eligible can enter once per stream, but the special twofer is just tonight. Once we reach 110 followers, we will choose one entry as a winner. If you're chosen as the winner of the giveaway, you'll be contacted on Discord to get your mailing address to send you your prize. With that, on with the show, I suppose. We got to get rid of our jaunty tune here, though. It's just a little too much.
We're not here for a
Welcome. Not yet. We'll get there. Welcome to the town of Moonstream. Moonstream, which squats in a bend of the Moonstream River like a sleepy ox after the plow. A muddy place this time of year. Spring runoff thickens the roads into paste and brings a stink of damp earth and old straw. But life persists here. People are hardy, busy with repair after winter's bite. Merchants peddle early vegetables and smoked meats. Children dart between alleyways with wooden swords. And the sun lingers a little longer each day, gilding the eaves with soft gold. But not all is tranquil. Strange rumors have drifted north on the spring wind of disappearances on the southern roads, noblemen whispering of arcane relics, of agents stirring in the dark. Yet, to the folk of Moonstream, it's just another evening. Hollow Barrel is the liveliest building in Moonstream and its spiritual center in all but name. Built from the wreckage of a sunken river barge, it boasts a low, sloped roof, an enormous copper hearth, and walls decorated with mismatched mugs, fishing nets, and faded sketches. Tavern buzzes this evening, warmed by firelight and laughter, and filled with the aromas of fish stew, smoke, and spilled ale. At the rear of the main hall stands Daxton Redfoot, broad-shouldered, gravel-voiced tavern keep, with strict rules: no cheating and no violence. Keep things from tipping into chaos. Purple eyes scan the crowd from behind the bar as he polishes the ceramic mug for about the 100th time. Tavern's patrons are a melting pot of travelers, locals, and loners. A half-dozen masons nurse their pay with dark ale. Nearby, a soft-featured human watches the others with faint interest, nursing a pipe and trying to remain unnoticed, his wife and children seated quietly at a table near the fireplace. Music strums gently from a lute, played by a young fairy near the hearth. AJ, would you please introduce us to Atlan?
Sure, absolutely. You see our sub 3 foot king performing on his lute, which is custom made to go ahead and match his size, and it does not seem to really weigh down his wings as he is flitting about the stage. He is a modest 2'11", and he has a pretty slender build, but it is ballooned out by the large pair of pants that he wears, as they seem to kind of shift out around his knees and waist. He has 2 sets of wings that seem to have a top upper and a smaller lower wing. He has a large hat that seems to kind of be stripped in different types of fabrics, accented with the vest that he wears atop a pretty tight top. And with that, he is just really in the performance. He really wants to make money from Daxton, so he is doing his best.
Flitting about the room are 2 waitresses doing their best to serve the customers and hopefully take home a few tips in the process. Deftlessly fulfilling the orders of the drunken masons, a young vampire woman moves through the tavern like a melody, graceful, swift, and just a little haunting. Brown ponytail bobs behind her with each step, tied back in a soft blue ribbon that seems to dance to a rhythm only she can hear. Or maybe Atlan's song. It's hard to say. Pale as morning frost and sharp-eyed as a hawk, she carries herself with quiet confidence, her voice fast and sultry, often slipping into strange songs, some ancient, some sweet, and some just a bit unsettling. The other waitress hovers around the bar, dust-kicked spark of mischief, with a crooked smile and a pouch of dried apples always at her hip. More likely to pet your horse than take your order. Her rolled-up sleeves and red skirt speak to work left half-finished, but her charm keeps her in everyone's good graces, even when the drinks arrive late. Wide-eyed and bold, she stares without shame, flirts without warning, and defends the hollow barrel like it's sacred ground. Especially if Daxton's watching. There's a softness under the sass, though, a hint of something unfinished in her past, and a constant glance towards the next pretty traveler who might help her forget it. Near the center of the room, under a hanging lantern crusted with dead moths, is the card table. The group has gathered, some veterans, many newcomers, lured by the promise of coin and reputation. Stakes are modest, at first at least. But pride runs deeper than gold, and already tensions are high. Eyes narrow, cards flick, sweat beads on brows. Among them sits a tall elven figure, lounging with one leg crossed over the other, coat draped behind his chair like a lazy throne. His long silver hair glows with a faint pink sheen, perfectly brushed, falling in theatrical waves over his smooth, motionless face. He tugs idly at the frills of his white shirt, inky black eyes dancing from hand to hand, but never really on the card. I'm not wrong. I'm just alternative in my interpretations. Standing next to the elf is a complete different sight. Conrad, would you please introduce us to Tamerlane?
So, Tamerlane is a centaur. There's not getting any way around that. He has pulled the chair that was set up for him off and kind of pushed it into another table, and is just kind of sitting on his butt as he eyes the table, um, wearing a dark gray green mottled cloak over the upper part of his body. Covers bits of shinier metal of armor, he appears to still be wearing even underneath this. His skin is deeply tan and wind beaten and worn, um, with kind of crinkles around his eyes and jet black hair that he has made into several braids, some with uh, the occasional feather, some with little bits of coral beads that have seen better days. Um, and he hasn't said very much.
Next to the imposing centaur sits another new face. Dustin, would you please introduce us to. I will let you pronounce that so that I know how to say it going on.
Yes, sitting next to Tamerlane is Nudijos, a quite small comparison to the centaur sitting next to him. This little echidna sits on his chair, and he's also propped up a few other. He's taken like one of the empty bowls that's been sitting like um one of the larger like serving bowls. He's tipped it over, and he's sitting on top of that so that he can like get a proper vantage on top of the table. Uh, Although very tall for his ancestry, sitting at a whopping 5'2", it's still quite hard for him to reach up to the table or reach the floor as he's sitting on the chair. Um, Sporting a simple yet elegant cloak that's entirely brown with a sort of like tan trim on the inside. Uh, it just covers his body very flowily and leaves his tail very nicely unobscured. His quills are a dark brown with highlights of a similar gold trim that's uh, kind of similar to the inside of his cloak. Um, he also wears a you can see actually no, inside the tavern he wouldn't be wearing his weapons, would he? No weapons, correct?
No violence.
No violence. Okay, well, from underneath the cloak, a high enough perception might see two protruding swords. Um, Again, the a very similar like brown and tan color scheme on the hilt, as they just sort of like poke up through the uh, inner peakings of his cloak.
Next to the slick echidna sits a woman well into her 50s, half blind in one eye. Her short gray streaked hair is chopped into an uneven bob that she trims herself. And she dresses with the flair of someone who doesn't give a damn. Lavender pants tucked into a fraying green blouse, satchel always at her side. You used to be clear in my younger days. The eyes, not the thoughts. Next to the old woman sits another stranger. Ollie, would you please introduce us to Marquis?
Yeah, absolutely. Sat next to this woman who is the antithesis of style, is the very embodiment of it. You see a male catfolk, almost like a Black Panther-esque with like a tousled sort of mess of hair on top and these sort of like large, almost yellowy eyes, with a small, uh, almost like a small goatee of hair tied by like a gold ring. He's wearing a deep crimson doublet. It's both fitted and quilted. It's got decorative padding to give like a good silhouette. White buttons along the sleeves and shoulders for contrast. Puffed segments at the upper arm. At the neck, it's open collar with a white undershirt. He's also wearing a pair of slashed breeches, the same red but with a gold lining visible through these vertical slashes. Um, the volume, they're very full, so it's a dramatic appearance of these. Um, and then on his feet, a pair of high brown leather boots. There is a rapier at his side, with a seems thin bladed. Has a elegant basket hilt. He's also, and then hanging on the back of his chair is a musketeer style hat, broad brimmed, with a large feather in the same color as the rest of the clothes. You also see snaking out from underneath and holding a drink next to him as he holds his cards, a tail, clutching a glass of amber liquid.
Next to him sits an imposing local figure. Broad shouldered giant leans against the card table, one thick leg thudding slightly off rhythm, sound of a peg leg striking old stone. His dark hair cut into a flat top, unevenly streaked, as if unclean or done in a rush. It doesn't seem to care. Faded work shirt clings to his stocky frame, and a heavy leather belt sags under the weight of a pouch he guards a bit too closely. Y'all better not cheat. I got lots riding on this hand. Lastly, but certainly not in the least, Saga, would you please introduce us to Kurtwin, the last player at the table?
Curdwin is how it's pronounced. And she is a half elf, a 5'6" young woman with very big curly brown hair that there are absolutely twigs and leaves sticking out of. Wearing a a loose green dress that definitely was longer at one point, but got torn up a lot. A black and gray shawl kind of just folded over her lap as she's sitting just like crisscross applesauce in the seat. And just tattoos, like blue lines over her chest through the kind of V of her dress in the back. You can see a world tree. And on her arm is a little kind of bronze colored um, arm cuff of a snake. And she's just kind of like glaring at her cards, and then while she just idly drinks a beer that looks like it's probably way too much alcohol for her.
That prompts a good question. What is everybody drinking this evening? I will point out that the Hollow Barrel does feature a few local specials amongst their alcohol, as it is one of their primary exports out of this town is their fine spirits. In particular, they have three. Their most famous is Moonwater Clear, sharp, crystal clear grain spirit, triple distilled, extremely potent, and often mixed with herbal infusions.
Mhm.
Wealthier cities sometimes calling it silver water and used in fancy cocktails. It's got a crisp, faintly sweet taste. Also feature the Old Hollow Brandy, a rich brown brandy aged in oak barrels hollowed from local woods. Daxton Redfoot at the Hollow Barrel always keeps a few bottles on hand, even when demand is high. It's slightly spiced with some local cinnamon bark and has a smoky caramel taste with that hint of that cinnamon spice. And probably on the cheapest end would be River Witch Cider, which is a sparkling, slightly sour cider made from bitter river apples grown in the marshy banks downstream. It's a working class favorite, often drunk with the fish stews served throughout the town. It's tart, effervescent, cheap, and best drink before you smell it.
Curdwin's definitely drinking the first one, the silver water.
Mm-hmm. That's just tequila.
Yeah.
Nudijos? Silver water.
Marquis is drinking the Old Hollow brandy, but he has topped it up with the cider as a mixer
Okay.
Hmm.
to create an apple cinnamon mixed drink. He hopes they'll name it after him.
Tamerlane would just be Tamerlane would just be drinking the cider.
Alan's
Alan.
performing. I mean, he'll
Hey,
go ahead and
look at
drop a
Curd.
few shot glasses into rocks glasses. I mean, they're probably not very good at estimating how much alcohol he can tolerate. So he's probably got some mixed drinks going on, but sipping.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of policing of the over serving in this tavern. Sorry. All right. Ah, why don't you? Let's see. We have 7 at the table. Those that are sitting at the table engaged in the game. All right, why don't you all give me a D8 roll as I move back to our lively, jaunty tune.
Starting off strong.
Same.
Damn. Hey, there we go. See, Ollie, I think it's just when you play with us, your dice shift.
So we had 2 of the bottom, 1 of the average, and then 1 of the highest.
Yeah, about average.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the drinks y'all ordered too, ironically enough.
Yeah, that's
One
what
of
I
the
was
highest,
thinking
we're
too.
middle, and 2 of the low.
All right. Marquis, you are the dealer. So, going clockwise around the table, assuming you guys have all read through the nice little rule sheet on how Emperor's Fool is played. For those of you out there watching, if you want to know how Emperor's Fool is played, come join the Discord. I'll post it on the Discord. You can use it in your own games if you want. I'm feeling generous tonight. So, Marquis is up then.
And the
Okay.
giant?
He's going to be first. Okay. Curdwin. Did I get it right that time?
Caridwin.
Curidwin. Okay. Everybody else, look away. Or look down, or whatever. That's your first card. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. The elf. Tamerlane. Is this your spying over there, Atlan?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I
Everybody
realized
else
halfway
looked down.
through,
Oh,
Alan doesn't need to worry about this.
Okay. Nodios? You're up. Found my alpha card here. Started the wrong card. Got it. Good. Okay. Last one is back to Marquis. Dustin, look away.
oh, I was reading the rules. I was like, oh yeah, what's this card?
All right. Each of you have to ante in. They are playing 1 silver piece a hand at this point. So everybody puts in a silver. And with your first cards, it is up to the giant on whether to bet. He's going to raise the levy 1. It's over to you, Saga. On whether
Sorry.
to raise the levy bet. It is at 1 silver piece right now, based off your first card.
Pull the rules back up. Sorry, I got distracted trying to get my.
So you basically just have to call.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't call. You'd just check if you're not going to raise it any higher. Each
Okay.
player can raise it 1 notch.
Yeah, she'll raise it.
Okay. All right. It's over to the elf. He is gonna leave it where it's at 2. It goes over to Tamerlane. Leave it at 2 or raise it.
Yeah. He's gonna leave it at 2.
Isn't
Okay.
it at 3? Or because it's 1 silver buy-in, the giant raise?
Yeah, the buy-in everybody paid, so the bet is at 2.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
my
there's
bad.
no big blinds, small blinds. It's just everybody has to pay into play.
Okay.
Okay, so it is over to you, Nodios.
Yeah.
2 to you if you want to up it.
Nudijos will raise 1.
Okay. I'm gonna put it to the elder lady. She'll leave it where it's at 3. Marquis, you get the last bet. Raise it or leave it.
I'll leave it as is.
Okay. All right. I'll be back to the giant on what to do. Giant's gonna call straight out of the gate. So everybody shows cards. Anybody have a 1? I'm gonna ask, even though I have them all in front of me. Nobody has a 1. Anybody have a 3? Anybody have the pirate card? All right, so, you get to look to the person to your right, so the person before you in the order.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Giant.
swap with
Yeah.
the giant for his jack.
Gonna swap it.
Yo.
All right. The next 3 that's showing is the merchant, the elven merchant, who is going to swap and take your jack. And there are no other 3s. Next one is the 5. This is the mage card. Does anybody have the mage card?
I have the mage
Doesn't
card.
do anything. Doesn't do anything.
It's
if
a
you only
5.
have 1 card
Yeah,
in your
and
hand.
in a single
Yeah.
card, it's just a 5. So,
Yeah.
It sucks. Fuck this giant.
and I don't believe anybody else has any power cards, including nobody has a cutthroat. So, high card wins, which is The Elven Merchant will take the stack here. And the hand will be passed over to our good friend, Mr. Giant, in his unkempt clothing. That was kind of a dirty move. No, it's in the rules, but you know, friendly game here.
I didn't realize we weren't being friendly.
Next time you just play your cards, I'll play my cards.
I did play my card.
All right, everybody. Annie's in for the next hand. First player will be you, Kurdwin. Everybody looking away that's playing at the moment. Tamerlane? Got it. Nudios? And Marquis? All right. Bet is to you, Kurdwin.
She'll leave it.
Okay. To our elven friend here. He's gonna leave it. Tamerlane. Bet.
Tamerlane raises.
Okay. Nudios? Raise or stay?
Races.
Okay. The old lady will raise as well. Marquis?
I'll just stay in.
Okay. And our good friend, the dealer, is just going to hold. There's better cards last time. All right,
Sounds
Kurdwin,
good.
it is your turn.
Trying to remember
You can
what
draw, steal, call, or fold.
she'll draw from the deck.
Okay. Everybody look away.
Gotcha.
All right, so go to Elven Individual. They'll draw from the deck. Tamerlane. Draw, steal, call, or fold.
Call.
Okay.
Flips up. One hand kind of flips up a card. His card haphazardly.
All right. Laying out on the table, I will actually just tell you what all the hands are, but you don't need to take notes on it. I'll keep track of it here. So, Kurdwin is showing a 2 and a 4. The Elven Merchant is showing an 8 and a 4. Tamerlane is showing an Emperor. Nudios is showing a Mage. Again, 2 hands in a row.
Yeah.
The Elder Woman is showing an Empress. Marquis, you have the low action card with a pirate. You can steal the queen, or swap for the queen if you want it. Swap for the Empress.
Don't think there's any point, really, is there?
Well,
Could be a cutthroat.
and Lasso the Giant is showing 6. So, we got a Emperor versus a 12 from the Merchant, but the Emperor wins off of being a single card to get there rather than two. So Tamerlane takes the hand.
How much was this?
Masses some coins here. 10.
10?
Yep. All right. Herdwin, you are the dealer now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Everybody, Annie's in. Elf is going no bet. Tamerlane, you ready for your card? Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nudios?
Mhm.
Marquis? Giant. And Caradwin? The dealer?
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
All right. Elf is already past their bet, so it's over to Tamerlane. Bet or no?
He'll just check for now.
Okay. Nudios.
Nudius will rise.
Get myself some more poker chips here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that'll put us over to the elder woman's gonna check. Marquis?
I'll raise.
Giant? No raise. And Curdwin, you have the last bet.
We'll leave it as is.
Levy is at 4. Most valuable hand so far. All right, so that'll bring us over to the elven individual. He is going to draw. Tamerlane. Draw, steal, call, or fold.
Tamerlane looks across the table. Of just a glint in his dark eye. You, Fancy Cat. Your
Sort of
card.
like, well, of course.
Thank you. Well, yeah, I'll take Marquis' card.
Okay.
Can you be left with no cards? Is my question.
Yeah, I was about to
You
ask.
can only be stolen from once. So yes, you can be left with no cards, but you can't be stolen from again.
Perfect.
All right, everybody look away so I can show what Tamerlane has stolen. Obviously, Ollie, it's fine for you to look.
I know,
You know
but
what
I'm
was
just
given
like,
up,
come
so.
on, I'm just gonna turn.
So is he out of the game, or
No, because
What
if it
happens
gets
if-
to his turn, he can draw or steal.
Right. what happens if someone calls before or like ends
He
the
has
game
0
before?
points.
Oh,
Yeah.
but
Basically equivalent of if he's got the fool. So Nudios, you're up. Draw, steal, fold, or call.
he will draw.
All right. Elder Woman's gonna draw. Marquis. Draw, steal.
I think I should probably draw a card, honestly. I might need one.
Okay. Everybody look away.
It might be conducive to having cards for this card game.
Sometimes.
In theory, sure.
Hey, he could have stolen back and had a 50-50 chance of getting his card back if he really wanted
true.
it. So
True.
apparently he didn't have very
Just
much.
stolen from someone else too.
Fair. Giant's gonna steal. Nudios, roll me a D8.
Heard that.
Pick at random which card he's stealing and from who.
8.
Okay, he's stealing from the elder woman.
I thought it was going to be from me. That would have been
Stealing
probably
from the
hilarious.
elderly.
You can't steal
Man,
from
this
you.
is Cutthroat. Yeah, Marquis safe now. He can't be stolen from again this hand. Protected.
Yeah.
Alright, and then that's the giant. Giant's also going to steal.
Didn't he just
That was
steal?
just
Yeah, he just stole.
That was his.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. No, sorry. We're on Curdwin. My bad.
Yes,
Um,
I need little name cards in front of my cards. That would help.
Yes.
He's cheating.
I'll draw.
Okay. Everybody look away. All right. We made it all the way through, so we're back to re-upping bets. Nobody folded, so it is up to the Elven. He's gonna check. Tamerlane. Bet.
No, he's just gonna check.
Okay. Nudios.
Check as well.
Oof, no confidence here, people. The elder woman who got her card stolen, she is not going to bet here. What's a single card? Marquis?
No, I'm not going to bet anymore.
Okay. The giant. He'll throw one in. And back to you, Curdwin.
He'll check.
Okay.
Wait,
So
if the
11 is
giant's
only
thrown,
one.
oh, the giant hasn't raised, has he? He's just checked.
No, the giant raised it. He put in
Giant
a one
raised.
levy.
Does that mean we
the
all
levy's
we
one.
all need to go around and bet?
So everybody on the next, yes, everybody goes in for that total amount. So you actually won more than I said, Tamerlane, because I did not count that up correctly.
11.
So an extra 18 silver.
Ooh, an extra 18. Okay. How much
Yeah, 'cause
more
you
did
would
I
have
have?
3 from
would
the
have
other
I have
6
had
players.
to put in? I would have put 3. I would have put another 2 in.
You would have bet 4
Um,
in that hand.
Okay.
Everybody bet 4 in that second hand. Everybody bet 4 in the first hand.
Right. Every round is a buy-in,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, well, that
Yes.
and basically the giants just put in another coin. Which
He's
means we
basically
all
made
have-
it so everybody had put in one extra
We
silver.
all have to put in a coin, or we wouldn't be able to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a choice, I guess, in order to stay in or not, as he
Mhm.
raises.
So once you get to the bet, you're obligated to stay in.
Oh,
Then you can fold before the next time.
got you.
If it's not going well, you can fold on your turn to get out.
That's awful. If you're last before the dealer, you can literally ruin everyone's day. by
100%, yes.
raising. Yeah,
Yes.
that's so brutal.
I mean, just like poker in real life, there's advantages to being first and last, and like small big blinds play a big part of that as well,
Yeah.
even if they're not present here necessarily.
Okay, so betting round is all completed. We're back over to the Elven individual, and he's going to fold. Be our first fold. Which will move it to Tamerlane.
Call. He's gonna call again.
Okay. Okay, Tamerlane calls, showing a Baron and an 8. Nudios, showing a 4 and an 8. No action cards. The Elder Woman showing a Mage card that does nothing with one card in her hand. She sent some nasty glances back towards the Giant on that one. Marquis showing a Pirate. You can steal a
Steal-
5. It doesn't
No,
really
I'm-
make any difference at this
I'm
point.
good. Once again, I'm
Just
good.
be nice. Be courteous, yeah?
Absolutely.
All right. The Giant is showing a 9 and a 4 for 13. And but a 9 that's going to be the Cutthroat. Unfortunately, there are no Emperors on the board. So the Cutthroat dies and drops down to, or no, Cutthroat didn't kill anybody,
No.
so he's still there at the 13. So
Still
right
at
now,
9,
High
yeah.
Hand is the 18 for Tamerlane. But just wait. Curdwin, what are you holding?
I got a Baron and a Mage. So essentially 2 Barons.
Ooh, nice.
Curdwin takes the hand. And that is 42 silver
Awesome.
to you. And it cost you 5. Or, sorry, cost you 6. Cost everybody that was in the hand 6.
Tamerlane kind of gives you a nod of appreciation.
Finally learning how to play this game.
Really?
Oh yeah, no, I just saw that everyone was playing and I thought I'd join in. I have no clue what I'm doing.
Well, they say the first time you sit at a table, the winds bless you.
Played card games before. Normally we bet with
But not-
acorns, though.
Not this one though.
Not until now. Hey, Catman.
Yes,
Can I try on your hat?
absolutely. Go ahead.
She'll take it and she'll just plop it on her head. It's a very nice hat.
Oh, thank you so much.
What is your name, lass?
Oh, I'm Curdwin.
Cerdwin.
Mhm.
Pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Tamerlane.
Tamerlane. That's pretty.
Kind of just nods his head.
Dancing to the music over there. How we doing?
It's a beat.
What's Atlan up to?
Atlan is, you know what the heck? He goes ahead and heads over to a stool where there's like all of these drinks kind of precariously balanced, and he reaches under for his satchel before reaching out and grabbing a rod. And we'll go ahead and kind of like flit up. He will go ahead and click the end of it, and then he will just kind of go ahead and sit on it above everybody. And he is going to go ahead and pull out his lute bow, actually. Very nice. Miniature, just like the lute that he has. It is a stark metallic sheen to it. And he'll go ahead and keep on performing.
This time, The masons that have been keeping the vampire waitress preoccupied are finishing up, closing out their tab. Leave you a few silver, Atlan, for leaving. One drops a gold, not completely unknowingly. It seems like it's a little bit out of place, but they walk off and are out the door. You're in mid-performance. Not really a whole opportunity to say anything if you so wanted to.
Nah.
As the vampire waitress works to bust the table and clean things up, what kind of tune we playing?
Well, I guess that would have mostly been up to Daxton. The tavern is pretty well known for specifically the game of Emperor's Fool, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 tables in the whole place, and one of them's this big fancy card table, so...
Oh, yeah. Then he is singing the same titled song, Emperor's Fool.
I'm not
Why does it feel
familiar
like a
with
Bond
this one.
film? Why does it feel like a Bond film now?
Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and turn down the Sirenscape so that I can go ahead and do this without being influenced by that.
Oh, I'll just stop the happy music for a moment.
Okay. Okay.
No more happiness.
Yeah. Yeah. So Atlan will go ahead and kind of one leg up on this rod that is magically kind of held in the air, kind of lean back with his bow, and he'll just make a long, striking kind of opening chord before also coughing to go ahead and catch everybody's attention. Before saying, this is the tale of the Emperor's Fool. Hope you enjoy it. And he goes ahead and begins singing. I would tell you a story, but it get vastly boring with all of you deep in your drink. So instead I implore you to turn heads in your view to a game of some chance and bethink. Emperor's Fool, played by any and all even schmucks. Emperor's Fool, the hope is you don't lose your luck. The fool and the poet, the pirate and soldier draw upon cards from the deck. The cutthroat and baron, the emperor, empress, raise the bet, levy, or check. Emperor's Fool, steal a card, let anger commence. Emperor's Fool, the game of unavoidable tense. As the game starts to slow down and mistrust is all round, the pot of the coin is a sprawl. But the honest solution is beer restitution, the winners bind around for us all, lest you start an unnecessary brawl. Emperor's Fool, die, 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 die. Emperor's Fool, die, 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 die. And at this point, he's fully hanging off of the rod of holding and just kind of like throwing his bow against his lute. His wings are just like kind of flat down towards the ground.
Roll me a performance check with advantage.
Ooh, okay. I would hope this is my thing, but we'll have to see. Oh my gosh.
Even in your
Okay.
sleep, you can get a 19.
Yeah. Rolling a 7, you get a 19. Nudijos will scoot off his chair. The bowl that he was sitting on will make a clamor as it falls to the floor. And he'll like meander over and flip a couple of gold coins.
Ooh.
Fridwin will scoop up all of the all of the silver she's won, and also just leave it for Adeline.
Wonderful tale. I appreciate you.
You all seem to be doing good at the game so far, so good on you folks for that.
Oh no, I've lost every hand, but I'm having a wonderful time.
Oh, well, Ember's Fool is a game about the underdog, so I'm sure you could go ahead and win it back.
Well, with your luck, I hope I shall.
Why don't you join us?
Oh, I'm not much one for card games. I'm more into dice games. And he'll shake his lute, and out of it falls like a dice onto the floor.
What does he roll?
A two.
Maybe not one for dice games either.
Nudijos will go back to his seat, put the bowl back over so that he can sit upon it, and he'll call over one of the vampire waitresses. Excuse me, madam. One more sip of water, please. And thank you.
She quickly makes her way over, just leaving whatever she's been working on over at the cleaning up the table where the masons were. Sure thing, honey. Anybody else need anything?
I'll take another old hollow if you're taking orders.
Right away. All right. So everybody's attention turned to Atlan's a lovely performance.
Mhm.
Um, as you turn back and return back to the table, there's a bit of a kerfluffle between our giant friend and the elder woman. Nothing big, just a little bit of back and forth. It's just part of the game. She told me it was just part of the game. It's okay. Go steal things from people and stuff. You know, just don't get a bit out of shape, Hannah. It's fine. I got my eye on you. The, the left one, the good one, not the other one. Just kind of like leaning straight in front of you, Marquis, and just kind of over top of where your cards would be, but you're waiting for the next hand.
Sort of lean back slightly as she does it. I'm just like, do be careful. I don't want you to spill your drink.
Just like pat you on the back. Sorry, I hope I'm not intruding your space. Young folks in your space. I can't see very well. I have to see his big ugly mug. I gotta get a little bit closer. But
Probably one would think if you thought the mug was big and ugly, you'd want to stay as far away from it as possible.
oh, I gotta know for sure who I'm cursing at. So anyway, maybe we'll have some better luck.
Absolutely. Play on.
Seems a little suspicious, don't you think, that all three winning hands going to that side of the table?
I think you'll find that they say that fortune favors the bold. They also say that fortune favors the beautiful, but I found that it usually favors the completely unhinged. So make of that what you will.
I always heard it was fortune favors the old.
I think that was a spelling mistake in what you read.
I maybe just misread it. Anyway, who's dealing? Oh, great, one of them. As the elf has been gave a friendly smile towards Atlan for the performance. Tossed a couple gold coins over there very errantly. They clinked around across the stone floor, getting nowhere near your tip jar. As he proceeds to deal out cards.
Curdwin has not rejoined the table. She's just standing
Okay.
over there with Atlan, still
still have my
wearing
hat on?
Marquise's hat. She's still wearing the hat.
I'm keeping like one eye on the hat. I'm just like, I need that back.
Oh, you're not getting that back.
No, I am. Don't you worry. That hat will be coming back.
She's got to ask for it.
Exactly. No harm at the moment.
All right, Tamerlane. Tamerlane.
Yes.
Your card.
He's really shuffling the cards.
Well, he doesn't have any yet. The elf is shuffled.
He's dealing. Okay, never mind.
Yep. So your card is Nudios. Your card.
My card. Okay.
Lady and Marquis. Giant and the elf. All right. Bet start with you, Tamerlane. Raise the levy or not?
Well,
Okay. Nudios.
It is full raise.
Hannah gives you a look, Marquis. All right, that's what you said to do. Fortune favors the old or the bold or one or the other. I'll raise the levy. She throws the silver in.
Marvelous stuff. I'll join you. I'll raise as well.
Okay. Giant shakes his head. Not going to raise it. And
Does that mean he has to fold?
no, he still has to pay the 3 that it's at. Everybody will have to pay it before we go to first turn. So
Yeah.
It's a preemption to folding. It's like, do I want to put one more coin in before I fold? No, probably not.
Got you.
and to be fair, a couple of the other ones of us also didn't raise.
And the elf's gonna stay. So 3 silver, everybody staying in. And so first turn goes to Tamerlane. What would you like to do?
Looks over at Nidios. Yasem to know what's going on. He's going to take Nidios' card.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just an air, I assure you.
All right. Marquis, look away.
I know what the card is.
Yeah. And the other 2 aren't playing at the moment. So
Okay, you're good.
okay. Nudios, you have 0 cards in your hand. What would you like to do?
I will just draw a card.
Okay. Everybody else look away.
Okay.
That'll bring up Hannah. And she looks over at Marquis. It's a budding friendship here.
It's like every time she looks over, I'm just like,
Yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of this. I'm gonna steal one of yours over there.
Who is
Pointing at you, Tamerlane. You got two. It's even the playing field. Roll me a
holds up a left and a
D8.
right. Holds up a left and a right hand.
Right hand it is. All right, Marquis.
I'll take another card.
Okay. Everybody else look away. That's to our giant friend who is going to fold. And then that's to the elf. I'll just draw. All right. Bet starting with you, Tamerlane. Raise the levy.
He's gonna call for right now.
Call or check or stay. This is the bet,
Stay.
so it's just a
Yeah.
check.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
stay.
New
Yeah,
Dios.
just gonna check down.
Raise
Check
the
as
levy.
well.
Okay. Hannah's just like nodding her head, like she's in the zone here. She's gonna raise the levy one. Marquis, to you.
I will. I'll check. I'll check.
Okay. Giant friend is out to the elven individual, and he'll raise the levy one. To end the betting, add a 2 levy, and I'll put it back to Tamerlane. What would you like to do with your turn?
Tamerlane is gonna turn to the person on his other side now. Well, if you're betting, he's gonna take one of the elves' cards.
Oh. I'm deeply wounded. Roll me a d8.
You'll cope.
Yo, cope.
Roll a d8
Is
and
it
see
mine?
what you get for.
Oh, I did. It just didn't stick for whatever reason.
All right. Everybody else look away. Got it? Okay. New Dios. Draw, steal.
Nudijos will turn to his left. Miss Anna, was it? You seem to be very excited about this hand. May I grab a card from you?
I suppose it's a part of the game. Roll me a d8.
I would most appreciate it.
All right. Everybody else look away. There's not too many people that haven't been stolen from in this hand now. We're cutting down the numbers, so.
It's a game of thievery.
I think only Marquis hasn't been stolen from yet.
She is going to draw. Marquis?
How many cards has she got now?
Everybody has 2 except for the elf. Elf
cool.
has 1.
In that case, I'm going to call. I'm gonna put my cards down.
Okay. All right. And as Marquis calls and shows. What are you showing there, Marquis?
I'm showing a 6 and a 9.
Okay. The elf turns his cards over. He is showing an emperor only. So that's going bye-bye.
So is your 9.
Tamerlane, what are you showing?
Showing a 7 and a 3. Or 7 and a 4.
7 and a 4.
Sorry. Yeah.
So
Warden,
11
but,
at the moment, which is the high hand at the moment.
yeah.
Warden not doing much, but he's there. Nudios, what are you showing?
Speaking of Warden, I have 1 and an 8.
All right, 15 for the new high hand. And over to Hannah, and Hannah shows a king and a 9 as she assassinates her own emperor along with Marquis assassinating. So we're killing off all the emperors and leaving Nudios with the hand win with the 15.
When you play a cutthroat, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the part of
The
the rules.
cutthroat dies too.
Okay.
It wasn't stated in the rules that way, like
Okay.
it should have been.
Well, in that case,
He dies to kill.
absolutely, that's absolutely coloured why I made my call.
Sorry.
I would not have called knowing I had a high card 6. That's insane.
If you'd like to raise an uproar on the table, so that 9 doesn't
Absolutely
go
not.
away if there's no emperors to kill, then it stays a 9.
I wasn't sure if it stayed, but what if there's 2 9s? Do they not count like
They group project.
Okay, cool.
They kill them
Okay.
all.
That's it. That was just me misunderstanding the rules. I wasn't sure.
No, you understood them completely the way they were written. That was something that Conrad brought up at the top as being something that was missing. When I typed them up, that was originally the rules, that it kills them all, and
well.
because it kills them all, it kills itself too. Guys,
foisted
try.
on my-
You may not have been there when it was brought up.
Yes, foisted on my own petard.
So that is for simplicity's sake, 42 to you, Nidios.
How much did this hand cost?
6. Marquis, your attention has been mostly focused on Hannah, just keeping an eye out for whatever
I'll be honest,
creepy
my
look she
attention
gives
is
you.
my attention is mostly on my hat.
Fair.
Wordwin is wearing while talking with Atlan.
That's probably why I called with that hand. I'm just like, yes. Cards.
Can we finish the hand? I need to go get my hat. Let's get this thing open.
I'm just keeping an eye on it, essentially.
Notice your the giant fellow on your left get up and just put his fists down on the table. Just looks like some shady shit going on at this table. The only people that win are the people on that side of the table, and none of you over here is ever winning. Which one of you's cheating? Y'all in it together? She over there spying cards, looking over their shoulders and telling you what? She's got those fucking eyes. She's using spellcraft. Daxton, the cheating.
Sir,
If you want to make an accusation to my face, we can go outside and handle it.
Oh yeah, we'll handle it all right. I mean, you with me? Sorry, I didn't get your name, but you, are you in on it too? She's wearing your hat.
You're asking, sorry, you're asking me if I'm part of a scheme which involves me losing every hand I've played.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, of course. No. No, I'm not. Though I'll be honest with you, I've lost, what? About 50 silver? It's only a small game, isn't it?
Maybe for you.
That's what I'm implying, yes.
My wife's gonna have my hide when I get home and she finds out that I spent the week's, well, the month's savings.
How much money have you lost, my friend?
I don't know.
Friend, why are you not counting your silver more carefully? That's irresponsible. You have a wife.
You saying I can't count? I can count.
I'm gonna
sir?
pull out. Oh,
Sir? Sir, if you're, she'll just like reach into her pack and she'll just hold out a platinum to him.
Well, that looks like a fake silver coin.
It's called. It's just. She'll reach back in and just give him like 5 gold.
Well, you just gonna buy me off then? You know, just give me coins.
It's more for your wife. I kind of feel bad she has to deal with you.
What's that supposed to mean?
You just admitted you spent all of this month's food money?
Well, it's supposed to be I was gonna win, and then we were gonna have more money, and we'd be better off.
Now you've been given 5 gold pieces and you're much better off than when you started. If anything, this is the most successful gambling you've ever done.
Is that how that works? Is that more than I had?
Very much so, yes. I would consider letting yourself be bought out.
Friend, you can even go back home and say, look at what I have won. Look at these shiny gold pieces.
I'll throw her in a rock.
What?
She'll reach into her other pouch and just pull out a pebble and add it to her hand of 5 gold pieces.
I got plenty of rocks.
Fine, I'll
Heaven
keep it.
forbid you get bought off with a rock.
Friend, I think it would probably behoove you to move along and leave. This game seems to be a bit out of your price range, and yet, as the young lass said, to take the gold, hell, take the pebble. Walk away.
No, I'm rescinding the pebble. I'm keeping it.
You give him the pebble, it's really not that big of a deal. I'll get you a new pebble.
She'll put the pebble back in her hand.
My friend, every moment you take to contemplate is a moment I have to stop gambling. So, either take the money or don't, sir. But you're slowing down the game.
Yeah, whatever. Tries to kick the chair, not realizing which leg he's using as he gets his peg leg stuck into the chair and stumbles down to the ground, picks himself up, and just like breaks the chair against the wall as he steps out.
Did he remember to take
Doors
the money?
flying open, then coming flying back. Saloon door style.
Did he remember to take the money?
Most of it. He didn't remember to pick up his money off the table, what he had left.
I'll just push that into the middle. I'll just be like, oh, that suddenly ups the pot for the next hand.
Fine by me. It's another game.
Wish people would stop being an ass about my eyes.
Is she saying this to the
Yeah.
table or just out loud?
She's just saying it out loud as she's watching the doors.
I'm just like, I'm so sorry. Would you be able to provide me with context for that statement?
She's just gonna point. She has sorcerer eyes, so they're like star-filled, very, very dark, very obviously like there's something magical about her.
Less.
It's
Not
gotten
as-
me
not
kicked out
one-
of an inn before.
Not one person here has said something.
Yeah, he did. The guy who left did.
Well,
He
he's
accused
gone.
me of
Well-
helping you guys cheat.
Ah, yes. Well, he's gone now. So we were carding.
If you excuse me, Tamerlane's gonna kind of stand up with like a clip clop of hooves of stone. So he stands up, and he's gonna quickly make his way outside.
Okay.
I smell.
Alan's just dangling his feet off of the immovable rod, and he's gonna click the end of it, let his wings kind of catch him before coming on down. Well, that was a lot of fun to watch. You all really got into your game.
Well, isn't that something special, isn't it? We had a little performance and you had a performance.
I guess so. And Atlan will go ahead and go back over to like his winnings for the evening before grabbing what he estimates is the amount these people have offered to him and put it back on the table for the pot.
Friend, you know that you're supposed to keep that, right?
No, I've made enough money. It's okay. I was just paying my way to a discount for the evening, but honestly, that was much more entertaining.
Oh, Gillis is gonna have a shit show when he comes in tomorrow and finds out you put more coins on the table after he left.
I can put more too. We'll go ahead and reach into his satchel and just take a handful of gold. He'll go ahead and put 17 more gold pieces into the pot.
I really hope you wait for Tamerlane to get back to play this hand.
I was just about to have Nudisha say, all right, let's get this hand started.
You folks really aren't from around here. That's more money than most folks around here have in a couple weeks, month.
Miss, do I look like I'm from around here?
I don't know you. I know most everybody around here, so no. But you're coming into this lovely, our only tavern, and playing some cards. Yeah, you guys just throw money around like, whew, like it's water. We got water, but that's whew. I think maybe fortune favors the bold.
I'm gonna
One
turn
more
to.
hand?
I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna turn to her and just be like, "How much money did you bring to gamble with today?"
Usually try and keep it to no more than 50 gold. I don't usually like to spend all that. I usually end up getting some of it back and balances out. I don't really play to try and win. I'm just kind of here for amusement. The hell am I going to do with a bunch of money? Get a boat?
You could go anywhere with a boat.
Well,
I'm not much for water though, so
Well, I think that they do say that fortune favors the cold. I think it's a Brioran
cold.
statement.
That's what it is. It's the cold.
I must have got a bad translation.
Of course, along those same lines, maybe fortune favors the fold. Time to be done. You know what? I'm gonna make sure Gillis's wife doesn't string him up, and see where the other big guy went. You folks have a grand evening, all of you.
Absolute pleasure.
You as well. You get home safe now, don't you?
Good night. Oh, hey, Catman. I did
Yes.
not catch your name.
No. They call me Marquis.
Marquis. That's cool. Never heard a name like that before.
That's why I have it.
Oh, I'm Curdwin.
Cedwin, an absolute pleasure. And might I also add, can I have my hat back?
Oh, yeah. She'll take it off and just plop it back on your head.
Perfect, thank you. I believe we're about to start some real degenerate gambling.
Ah, yes.
Someone want to go and fetch the other gentleman? Or should we just play this hand with it?
I think as much as I would love to play this hand, it would not be in good taste. Now would it? I shall go fetch him. Nidijos will plop off his chair, slither on down to the door.
Leaving 4 players left at the table. Atlan still balancing on the immovable rod, and the waitresses kind of just milling about, doing their best to keep drink orders filled as much as possible. But as this little disturbance has gone on with Gillis, the individual with his family that have just been quietly keeping to themselves over at the other table, get up and quickly exit right after New Dios. And turning to those that have exited, Tamerlane, as you exit, see Gillis up ahead, about 20 feet in front of you, heading over across the little footbridge that heads to the north. Hannah comes out behind you and quickly follows after him. Heading in that direction.
If you can still see Gillis,
Mhm.
Hi. You come back here and apologize.
He looks over his shoulder and just like quickens his slow, but he's definitely moving at a slower gait than would be expected, or would be expected from a giant, but compensating for the fact that he's working with a peg leg. Pretty good gait. He's moving pretty fast, all things considered. He quickens his step, and you just hear the thud, thud, thud as that peg leg makes contact with the wooden footbridge. Did your best not wasting any effort on thinking he's going to come back and apologize. He's a little bit too thick-headed. Uh, I'll make sure he cools off.
It shouldn't insult a young lass like that.
He shouldn't do a lot of things. He's had a rough run. Not saying that excuses anything, but he's had a rough run. You have a good night.
Probably quickly moving around away from the angry expression that's still on Tamerlane's face.
Oh yeah, she's picking up the pace too, trying to keep up with the peg leg of Gillis as Nudios exits, and quickly thereafter, the man and his wife and his maybe 10-year-old daughter, about half that for the son, who he's carrying up over his shoulder, as they make their way off to the south in the opposite direction.
Yeah, Nudijos will quickly come up to Tamerlane. Friend, I didn't feel good about starting the next hand without you. I think you would want to get back inside post haste.
I
Give up on the giant. It's no quarter.
shakes his head again. More like drawn and quartered.
It's honorable, I think, that you went after him and you decide that things should be right, and sometimes things should be righted, but sometimes you also have to know where to put your energy, you know?
What's your
He,
two passive
looks-
perceptions?
That's a good question.
That is a great question.
My passive perception is 24.
I'm sorry. Thank you for seeing things because I have an 11.
You turn having this conversation, moving towards a resolution to go back in. No on Nudios, but Tamerlane definitely pick up some sort of a commotion heading off in the direction that the family went.
All right. He probably doesn't pay much mind to it. It's like there were children there, so children be children.
I mean, does it sound like kid sounds?
Child,
Like what
You don't
kind of
hear.
emotion are we talking about?
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're right. Children are
Like
children.
what sort of commotion? Is it like voices? Is it just like scuffling?
The 24 distinctly pick up like the sound of like some barrels getting moved around or crates.
And he's super not going to worry about it.
Thanks for the entry,
I
solid
know.
10 and the giveaway.
I know where to put my energies. And he kind of pats the quiver that's at his hip, but does follow you back inside.
as we step in, and we're gathering around the table. Well, I hope that you uh I hope you like what you see here. I hope you're glad that you followed me back in now, right?
What do we have here? Quite the bounty.
Yeah, well, that giant he left the coin he came with, and our friend over here in the corner playing music decided that he didn't need any coin himself.
Now everyone's back. Are we going to finally play some cards?
I hope so.
You
Sure,
gonna
I'll try
win one?
again.
No, probably not. But it's the playing that's the thing, isn't it?
You're not wrong. He's gonna try to beckon to um the fairy.
Yeah, Atlan will come
There,
closer. We'll fly over.
there's if seats.
Right.
You've had.
I already said that I'm a little bit more inclined towards dice games, but I can watch. That's fine. And he'll go ahead and pop the rod before sitting on top of it, just kind of like at the edge of the table, above Tamerlane.
Gridwin will turn to one of the waitresses. Can I do a round of drinks for everybody?
Certainly. Anything? Anything in particular? Just whatever anybody's drinking. What everybody's got.
Yeah. Whatever anyone wants. I'll do another, what is it? Silver water.
Sure. Sure thing.
Not above having another old hollow.
Yeah. You grab that too.
Holds up his mug.
Nitijos will.
Let's just bring a good smattering, a little bit of everything. Maybe get you a little bit of food. Help soak up some of that alcohol. Go a little bit longer. Looks like this may be a bit of a big game tonight. We'll get you all set up.
Oh, Silver, did you see my message?
Mm-hmm.
Your take, yay or nay?
You can propose it.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to. I didn't want to just like do it unprompted without checking with you. Well, with the much larger in here in the table, might I suggest the way I learned was different than how we've been playing.
What, you got some house rules?
I just kind of shrugs as he takes another kind of heavy seat on the stone floor again. Maybe
Well, let's hear him.
you say for maybe one big hand, we're dealt 2 cards, not 1.
that to start, or
Mix.
is that at every hand or every round?
To start, makes things more exciting.
Fine by me.
Yeah, I'm game.
Anything that gets the cards dealt, honestly.
Sure.
Sure you don't want to join in? You've already bought in. Looking to you, Atlan.
Alan just he's sat kind of above Tamerlan, just in the air, has his satchel out, and is kind of looking through. And just starts kind of throwing more coins out. Well, if you're gonna go ahead and double it all the way around with two cards, then I feel like I should probably go ahead and add more to the pot.
You could also just join the game.
And we'll go ahead and kind of like click the bar before flitting over to the empty seat. Fine.
Splendid.
Yes, excellent. We've bullied him into playing.
Also, I know.
Better than him just giving us his money. Well, though that sounds pretty good also. But
I know his name and his name. What about you two? What about you three? What are your names?
They call me Nudijos.
Dishos.
My name's Hatman. It's nice to meet you. And you are?
Pleasure. Kuridwin. And you, Elfman?
oh, that's interesting way to address me. Let's correct that. Kavame, it would be my name. You may have heard of me. Pretty big deal.
No.
Dark heart, and if you haven't, you will someday.
Have I
Get you
heard of
about
him?
anything you want.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I see if I've heard of
Emily
this?
definitely throws.
What you got, Ollie?
I was
I
saying-
caught part of it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was going to say, have I heard of him?
Give me a history check.
Will do.
Yeah, can I throw a roll as well?
Sure.
I was like, this guy's just a sham, but maybe he's actually somebody. He's just a sham.
Yeah. Neither one of you know the name.
I try and be as not obvious as possible around this man.
Okay. Well, I suppose this is your call on the game, and it just happens to be your chance to deal. Not sure how I feel about that, but I suppose you're up. And as he passes the deck over to you.
Is why I suggested it.
That does not make
Everyone's
me
good.
feel
He's
better.
gonna deal.
That doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't make it
Everyone's
sound any
good.
less suspicious. I'll be completely honest with you.
Everyone's okay, good with it. He'll deal everyone 2 cards.
KVAME.
Hey. Can you spell it again?
KVAME.
KVAME. Thank you.
And the way he deals is kind of interesting too, because he doesn't go one loop around the table and then a second. He pulls off 2 cards and then 2 cards and then 2 cards as he goes around and deals.
Oh, yeah, that looks super suspicious.
Fucking heresy is this? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alan just raises his hand. I think I have a little bit of an issue with how you're dealing the cards there.
Why?
Normally you have to go ahead and set them off individually, and then you go around again to go ahead and guarantee that you're not sending out certain cards, especially in an issue where we don't have an outside dealer, but it's actually a player.
That's stupid. That's not how you deal.
You know, for one that does not care for card games, you seem to know a lot.
Oh,
That's not even a lot, honestly. That's just basic card game etiquette, I'll be completely honest.
Even I knew that.
Even she knew that. Wait, I'm sorry, that sounded like an
It's not-
insult. It wasn't meant to be. I apologize.
To be fair, I said it first, so I think you're good.
Right. Vote
He
that
just looks incredulous.
our lovely bardic friend here, who has been so kind and generous to donate a large amount to the pot, be up to him and his discretion in whether this is an okay way to deal.
if you want to deal like that, then can I just reshuffle the cards?
Please. He'll gather up the cards and hand them to him.
He'll go ahead and split the cards into 3 stacks, and you notice kind of like clawing its way through the table, just a spectral hand is he's going to cast Mage Hand, so they can shuffle with 3 hands.
Nice.
Yeah, he just triangularly kind of like shuffles them into each other, spreads them, kind of flicks them across the Mage Hand, gives it a little fist bump, and then it apparates away as he goes ahead and pushes them over to you.
Casually, 3-card Montying entire stacks of cards.
He'll nod in appreciation, and then he'll deal again the same way.
I don't know about the shuffler on this one. Jeez. All right, Nudios, you're up first. Everybody's anteed in. Let's see. So we have. Are you looking away? All right. Atlan, are you in? If you want to move yourself to whichever seat you're in. Go to Gillis's or Hannah's. Hannah's. Okay. So you would be next. Sorry, I held those up kind of weird.
You're good.
Marquis? Erdwin? Elven individual? And Tamerlane. All right. Bets to you, Nudius.
He'll check.
Okay. Raise the levy or check?
Raise a levy.
Marquis?
I will check.
Okay. Cardwin?
We'll also check.
O's go big or go home. I think I heard that somewhere. He'll raise the levy to 2. Tamerlane. Final raise or check?
No, check.
Okay. All right. Nudius, what would you like to do with your turn?
He'll pick up a card.
Okay.
Okay.
Lynn.
Atlan will go ahead and pick up a card.
Marquis.
I'll take a card.
Caradwin.
I was going to steal a card from Tamerlane.
Roll a d8.
I see you're learning how the game's played.
I'm a quick learner.
Okay, everybody else look away other than those two. That's the card that's changing hands. Oh, now we're stealing again. Guess nobody complains now. We got rid of that group. I suppose, in the spirit of things, I could do the same. You know what? Tamerlane, it's your game. Roll me a d8. Actually, a d12 will be far more helpful. Okay, we're gonna steal from Caradwin. So, Caradwin, give me I'd roll a d12. We'll work with that. Show you which one you lost. You guys all look away. And that'll bring us to Tamerlane. You are the only one with one card.
Indeed.
Cannot steal from Caradwin, but anybody else can be stolen from, or you could draw. Or be really gutsy and call with one card against 3.
He's gonna look to Alton. As a welcome to the game, and take one of his cards.
Atlan will hold out his 3.
Roll a d12, Atlan. Your second player, right? Yep. Okay. Everybody else looking away other than you two? That's what's changing hands. All right. All people have played. Back to betting, starting with Nudius.
He'll raise.
Okay. Atlan.
Atlan will raise 2.
Marquis.
I'll check.
Okay. Caradwin.
We'll check.
I suppose just keep it going, as Kavame will also raise the levy. Tamerlane, 3's the levy to you.
Check.
Okay. All right. Nudius, your turn. Draw, steal, fold, or call.
He will steal from Marquis.
Okay. Roll a d12.
Press.
Okay. Everybody else looking away other than you two?
Okay.
All right, so Atlan, Marquis, Curdwin. Is it those three that have been stolen from? Am I missing one? I'm missing one, right?
Me,
Yeah.
Hammerlane.
Okay. All right, Atlan, your turn.
Atlan's gonna steal from Nutios.
Okay. Let's see. That's roll a d8.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody else look away. Even things out. You both got a nice set of 3 cards now. Marquis, you are one of 2 players, or one of 3 players with 2 cards at this point.
Well, I don't think I can steal from anyone. Apart from the, can I say I can take from the elf guy, can't I?
Yeah, you can steal from the elf. I think he's the only one
I'll
left.
take off.
He'd be
I'll
the only one.
In that case, I'll literally look at everyone else. I'll just be like, I don't really want to feel left out. So if you wouldn't mind.
Me neither. It's perfectly reasonable. Roll a d12.
Me neither.
Everybody else look away.
Everyone's so classy and posh.
All right. Curdwin,
Mm-hmm.
your turn. Draw. Can't steal, so draw,
Mhm.
call, or fold.
Gonna fold.
Pity. I'll take one. My large friend. And over to you,
Close
Tamerlane.
one off. Oh, I suppose I'll take one as well.
Everybody else look away.
Oh.
Okay.
We're back around to betting. I think this is the first time we've gone to a 4th bet round. So,
Yeah.
Nudios, what are we doing? Raise the levy or leave it alone?
It's only a third. It's only a third.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Well, counting the
Because-
ante, this is the 4th.
In any case, Nudijos will check.
Okay.
Atlan
Atlan.
will raise it.
This guy's crazy.
Boy. Marquis?
I'll raise.
Okay. Your Current folded, so our Kavame. I suppose keep with it. They'll raise it to 3. Tamerlane. Raise the levy or leave it at 3.
Leave it at 3.
Okay. All right. Levy is at 3 to Nidios. What would you like to do with your turn? Draw, call, fold.
I'll take one more card.
All right. Alan.
Alan will go
Draw.
ahead and take one more card, and he's going to shift them over to his mage hand just so he isn't bleeding.
Okay. Marquis. Draw, call, fold.
Let me just look. Here are my cards real quick. I'll take another card. Yes.
Okay. Everybody else look away. suppose that means it's to me. Oh. I suppose I'll draw. Tamerlane. Last play of the round.
Shakes his head. I know when you gotta quit. And he folds.
Right.
Oh, how much did that hand cost me?
9.
9. Okay.
Okay. Bets to Nidios.
Well, I haven't put one in, so I shall raise.
Atlan immediately
Atlan.
raises after.
I check.
Okay. That's over to the last player, which be Kavame. What's another silver? Raises it to levy is 3. Nidios, it's your turn. Draw, call, fold.
He will call. He will put an end to this madness.
All right. As you call, what's your cards there, Nidios? Or if you want, I'll just read them off, but it's fun if you guys get to do it too, so.
If I recall correctly, I had a Baron, a Cutthroat, an 8, and a Mage.
That is what you're showing.
So, 2 Barons.
Yep,
8
2
and a
barons.
cutthroat.
37 currently.
You're the first to call. Your cutthroat didn't die. First to show.
Well, they show they go in the number order, so
And
it'll still go through. Yeah,
it's also resolved.
That's true. I forgot.
All right. So Atlan, what are you showing?
Atlan has a mage, which matches his baron. He has a warden, and then he has a cutthroat. So 36.
1 point less.
Oh, 35?
At the moment.
Okay, yeah.
31. I think that's right. No. Sorry. 36.
Okay, so we're tied, right?
No, I thought I had 30.
He should have 37.
Okay.
He's got
cool.
1 extra point because he's got an 8 to your 7.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Marquis.
Yeah. I have 2 2s, a 3, and a 5. So.
Well, there's no 1s on the table, so you have a 3. You have a pirate to steal from Atlan.
I don't think I can win, so I won't steal.
So kind.
It's at this stage, like counting up, like he'll sort of like look at the hands, and it'll just be like, 37, 36. He'll realize that the highest that he can get is 24, and he's just like, leave it be.
Cool. But if a king shows up, then that 9 might go away.
I guess, which means it would drop it down to. It'd only drop the top hand down to 29. No, to 28, which I still can't beat. Math.
And looking at the last hand on the table from Kavame,
Wait, tell me this guy had a king, though.
it does not. Has another cutthroat, so 3 cutthroats on the board, but no kings to kill, or no emperors to kill. Has not the high hand, we'll put it that way. As he shows a baron, a cutthroat, a warden, and a 4. Which is the soldier, I believe.
Yes. Tamerlane's gonna turn over his cards anyway. I truly the Emperor's Fool. And he has both the Emperor and the Fool in his hand.
That's why you folded.
Yep.
You get those fool cards, you gotta just hope somebody's gonna steal it. But once the steals are gone, you pretty much bow out.
When did you get the full card? Was it
was
after everyone had stolen everything?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. It was my third. It was my third draw. Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Oh, that's
This is my
such
last
bad
card.
luck. That's such bad luck.
Yeah. So I just had to drop.
What about
Okay,
you?
so we have
Saga, did you also have like?
A baron and a fool.
Oh God.
Which are the first 2 cards I got. So I tried to get someone to steal it, and it was not the card that was stolen from me. It was the card that I stole.
52. 64.
Well.
So it's 64 silver plus whatever Atlan put in the center or anybody else put in the center.
34 gold.
Yo.
Yeah, because it was everything that Curdwin had won on her round that she won.
Okay.
Crazy. Who won that?
Nudijos.
Nudijos. Well, I think I'm going to retire for the night. He's gonna push up, shoot the elven man another furtive glance, and kind of excuse himself from gambling. One last big hand.
It's a pleasure playing with you. Have a good rest of your evening. But I'll look over at Nadios and I'll just be like, you need to give me a chance to win some of that money you've just won.
Perhaps I mean, it is in my best interest to just retire as well, as I have won as much as I think I shall tonight. Maybe one more hand. I'll give you an opportunity.
Excellent. Why don't we bet with gold instead of silver?
All right.
That is more my taste, but I have to apologize. I need to step out for a bit of fresh air. It is a bit thick in here.
Of course.
Curdwin's gonna lean over to Marquis and just like in a quiet voice, what's going on with those two? Like kind of looking at Tamerlane and Kavame.
I'll lean over and just be like, something very furtive.
As Kabame gets like halfway out the door and then just starts flirting with the vampire waitress.
Vampire Waitress are one of my favorite indie bands.
So, unfortunately, Tamerlane, they do not have centaur rooms in this establishment.
Oh, do they have?
Everything's upstairs, so
I can manage stairs. It'll take me.
The stairs can't manage you. That's the problem. They're not constructed for a large number of centaur population coming through here. So
Are there stables?
it's stables. A lot of travelers coming through, so they
Oh.
do process through a lot of mounts. So
You see Tamerlane. He I will assume that he would have known this earlier.
yes, yeah.
And just kind of very quietly stands up and doesn't head upstairs to his room. Begins heading outside.
All right, as you pass
I have a
by
question.
Kabame.
So
Yep,
just
go
a
ahead.
quick question. How much money would I have to pay to assure my horse has a better room than Tamerlane? I have a fancy horse. Fancy horse needs good room.
20 gold.
Perfect. Done.
Give 20 gold. They will make it the best place possible.
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
You're paying 1 gold for your room in this inn, so
Yeah, that's fine. I'm paying more for the horse. That's fine.
Yep.
Marquis, more like Petit.
Listen, my horse is fancy and requires a special room.
All right.
Oh, fancy.
Tamerlane, as you exit out the front, you before the doors close behind you, as Kabame is attempting to get your attention, just briefly, kind of just gives you a sly look as you walk out, and as the door's starting to close behind you, you hear loud scream come from the alley. What's everybody else's passive perception?
18.
15.
15.
11.
All right. So, other than Nudios, and I'll check where Kabame's at with things, but oh yeah, he's one better. He's got a 12.
How is my perception so low? I have a 13 in wisdom.
That only gets you a +1.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't have proficiency in it.
Yeah.
No proficiency.
You were thinking Alfred as a negative, but he's still got +1.
Oh yeah,
He's
he's
got proficiency.
proficiency. Yeah. Oof.
Tamerlane also has the observant feat, which gives even a higher bonus
Yeah.
to.
It's a +5 to passive perception.
I nearly took that too.
So
might take that
Tamerlane
for the
clearly hears this and knows the direction. Everybody except for Kavame and Nudios, at for that matter, the vampire waitress, they don't hear anything. The rest of you hear, but you don't know exactly where it's coming from, just from outside somewhere. I'll classify it as a terrified scream, not a scream of any sort of pleasure. Just to make sure we're not going down the wrong road.
I don't think any of us were thinking down the alley.
Yeah.
Gotta cover my bases.
We're classy.
I'm gonna also step outside, and Critterman's gonna hop up and grab her pack that she's kind of just like put in the corner, of which there's a quarterstaff and a broom attached to it. And she's gonna step outside.
Atlan.
She's feeling sweepy.
Atlan will go ahead and get up. It was a fun game the first time around, but I think I should probably go out too. And kind of falls on his left shoulder a little bit. He's going to go ahead and cast Dimension Door.
What a flex.
All right.
What's your dimension door look like?
His dimension door is literally, he turns into like a small mode of light, or his body turns invisible, and that's the only trace, as it kind of just like zips outside, and it goes through the wall. So just small mode of light before he pops back out and adjusts to the darkness outside.
I'll look at the deals and just be like, seems like the entire table's gone. It seems like probably the end of the game. Maybe another time we'll have to finish.
Perhaps, my friend, I'm sorry. I wish that I could give you the opportunity to win some money back.
All right, there's always a game somewhere.
Indeed. It was a pleasure playing with you, though.
Absolutely.
Maybe I too shall step out for some air before I retire. It's a beautiful night, isn't it?
I don't know. I've been inside for a few hours now. I don't know what it's like out there.
Oh, I stepped outside a little while ago. It was quite nice.
Ah, that's good. I'll just stare at like the empty table now, and I'm just like sipping my drink, just like I did it sooner than I thought it would.
All right. Who all do we dimension doored out for? Atlan, Kurd went out. Tamerlane was already out. Udios?
Nudijos is just going out for some air. He's not going out in search of any screams or anything.
Just following. All these people are going out. It must be good air.
Yeah. The game's
So
over.
now-
There's
yeah.
nothing to do.
Did Kavame make his way outside, or is he waylaid talking to
But
the
he's-
vampire waitress?
Shooting for it that he may be waylaid, but
Oh,
it's still up in the air at the moment. All
nice.
How slick.
right, Tamerlane leading the way as to having a direction and everything. What do you want to do?
He is going to he's going to take his bow from where it was concealed beneath his cloak and pull it out. And just the kind of this very soft clip clop of sound of a horse moving. I'm gonna move in the direction of the scream.
More of a plop plop of the mud as your hoofs go through the muddy road. Atlan and Kurdwin watching as Tamerlane arms himself and starts heading down the road. What do you do?
I mean, Gridwin will unlatch her quarterstaff and quietly follow. We kind of like give Atlan a shrug.
Alan will go ahead and follow along too. Just flying right beside Kurdwin.
There are not much for lights along the road. Right there at the entrance, you can see around because a couple lanterns in the front. But as you move past out of the glow of the entrance, those without dark vision start to pretty dark. You do have some moonlight, so it's not like you're blind or anything like that. Just a matter of it's dark and creepy out at this point. Probably pushing 10 o'clock, maybe a little later. Tamerlane, as you continue to the alley, round the corner to look down it, see several individuals in the alley. Closest to you, about 35 feet off, is a average-sized humanoid. Can't really make anything out as they have a hood pulled up as to skin tones or any sort of distinguishing features as they have their back to you. Just beyond them, about 15 feet, you see the individual that was sitting next to the hearth is down on his knees on the ground, kind of like holding his two children between him and his wife. And he shows that signs of there's been some sort of a struggle here. And just beyond him, standing in the back, you can see a male human, scarred face, looking on towards the family. The family's actually facing away from you. You can just see the two kids in between the mother and father. They're facing towards this human at the back end. And out of the corner of your eye, just beyond the building on your right, you can see another individual. This one is facing towards the alley from in between two buildings to the side. And blue skin, wispy white hair, armored, and make sure I get my people right here. Twirling a dagger in one hand. What do you do, Tamerlane?
What is the problem here?
First individual that has their back to you quickly turns, facing you. Another blue-skinned individual, white hair. Ain't none of your business. It's a private matter.
Just asking what you're doing. There
I'm
is a
telling
proper
you,
way.
it's none of your business. So fuck off.
You made it our business.
And how's that exactly?
Well, there's a proper way to do these things. If Shay is screaming, you're doing something wrong.
Boss. This one's looking to make some trouble. Best you handle it. She'll step towards the huddled family, um, flipping a spear out from off her back, twirling it quickly, and then just putting it blade down in front of them as the male human comes walking up alongside her, looking off towards you. All right. No need to make any fuss out of this. This individual stole. We're just trying to get our property back. No need to pay any harm coming to anyone. Just want our property. And I would say Curdwin and Atlan, have caught up to Tamerlane. They're hearing this exchange.
Food
And
is
Nudius, are you watching all these people go walking down the street? Or are you just kind of getting your air?
I mean, with my 11 perception, would I sense anything going wrong, or people are just like walking down the street?
You'd hear Tamerlane's end of the conversation,
Oh, I would. Okay.
just not the other side.
Ludius would perk up his ears and perhaps start walking around to see what's all the commotion.
Perk up your ear holes.
There's going to be a lot of phrases
Yeah.
that are hard to not.
It's definitely the most foreign race you could possibly pick, I think. Up to Octopod, but
I mean, kind of intentional.
hey, foreign's fun. All right, sorry, Tamerlane, I cut you off on a response.
as long as no one is getting hurt. That's good enough for me. I have nods in approval.
Certainly. Turns over the property, we'll be on our way. What do you say, Tolliver? Turn over the property? Everybody move along. You don't want it? You don't know what it is? I can't give it to you. Yeah, see, that's not an acceptable answer. These fine folks down here just want to see you return the property you stole, so we can all have a good night's rest, move on with our day.
Curtin's gonna kind of like, if it's just business you're doing, maybe you can just let the wife and kids go home. They don't need to be involved.
We'd be happy to escort them back to the south, back home, if that's where they want to go. Not really much else place for them to go to. We mean, like I said, mean nobody no harm. Tolliver turns over, or quarrels with him, turns over his property. Everybody goes home happy. Hell, you make this easy, Tolliver. I'll buy a round of drinks for all of these fine folks.
I'm sorry. I think I might have missed the first bit of this. What is this man stolen from you per se?
Kind of just like angles his head and gives a little nod towards this large, 3 foot long, 2 foot wide, 2 foot deep, iron banded chest with a large amethyst set into the lock on the front. That is, like, the kids are, you can just see that amethyst glowing or like glinting in the moonlight just past the kids. But the kids are basically sitting on it, and it's stashed between Tolliver and his wife.
And now, buddy, did you steal this from him?
Uh, I mean, not from him. Um, it's you can't let them have it. You gotta help us. Oh, Tolliver, come on. Let's make this a bit simpler. You were hired to get the object. You were paid in advance. My employer was your employer. You didn't turn over the object. Now give us the object and we can all move along. If you find folks would like to help out and expedite things so we can all go get some rest, it looks like it might rain. Be happy to pay you all for your services in solving this little problem.
What exactly is it?
Hell if I know. I'm just supposed to pick up the chest.
She looks at
Not my job to
Tolliver.
ask questions.
I was asking him.
It can't. They can't have it. It's too dangerous. I don't really know what it is, but I know they can't have it.
How far is the chest from Nudijos?
But depending on where you're at, I'm assuming you've come up here because you've been talking.
I'm within talking distance.
So you'd be 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 feet.
Uh, is that about how far everyone else that our kind of group is like away?
Yeah, you're
now?
all 50, 55 feet away.
Okay. Uh, he'll start walking up until he's about 30 feet and just go, friend, we need to figure some things out. Would you like to tell us what you say you don't know what it does, right? So where did you get it from? And when he's about 30 feet, uh he'll do a little flash, and in a uh action he'll detect magic.
All right. With your detect magic, you get a lot of things lighting up. These individuals, some of them are carrying magic weapons or magic armor, but the chest is definitely has some sort of magical properties to it.
Um, do I get a school of magic?
Yeah, I gotta look up the spell and see what you get because I don't remember which school of magic it is.
As this is happening, Atlan is going to go ahead and just have his hand behind his back, and he's going to go ahead and point, and he's going to go ahead and attempt to send a message to Marquis, but he doesn't know Marquis' name. So he's just going to point backwards and say, I am Mr. Sir, if you can go ahead and hear me. There's a little bit of an issue out here. I feel like we could really use your assistance.
What are the chances it accidentally goes to Kavame?
Kavame wasn't a catfolk, though, right?
So you're literally just
No.
pointing backwards, going cat, 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 cat,
Yes,
cat.
yeah,
cat.
yeah.
Yes.
That's how. That's my phone number. So it's fine.
It's
Mm.
Please, not on stream. Don't say it on stream.
Doxing
I
is
didn't-
crazy.
Good dogs.
You can do it right back to him. His is his.
I just hear. Do I go through?
It doesn't say that it has to be the named individual, so
Okay, so I'm sort of
Back
sat
to
there.
Nudio's question, though, I'll quickly answer with abjuration, but there's some other stuff going on there, but primarily abjuration.
Okay.
Can I respond to the message?
mm-hmm.
I literally, like, as I'm drinking, I suddenly hear a voice in my head, and I'm just sort of like, the message just goes, are you the... is this the bard? How did you get this number?
Alan just sighs, like shakes his finger a little bit, and then points backwards again. Yes, this is the bard. My name's Atlin. Nice to meet you. Formally over a message. Can you get out here, please?
Yes. I'll just finish my drink and stand up. And I'll make my way outside. But then I will... Can I walk outside? Did you give me like a rough idea of where you were going?
No.
Or where this was happening? In that case, I'll walk outside. I'll see if I can see anyone from where I am. I'll move up against this wall here. And sort of like peer around briefly. Do I see everyone around this corner?
You'd see Atlin and Curdwin and Tamerlane.
Perfect. In that case, I would like to walk up the wall and go onto the roof, please.
Okay. So it's a 3-story building. You would get up to the roof on a single movement.
Cool. I can also bonus action dash if it helps me get up there like easier.
That gets you out to the edge to be able to look down in the alley.
Yeah. I'll do that. I'll try and keep it as I don't have to dash. I'll just like sort of get up there. I don't want to make too much noise. I don't want to like storm up the side of a building and make a bunch of noise.
Okay.
But I'll respond to the message. I'll just be like, "Oh, absolutely. How could I refuse refuse a request like that? I'll be right out."
All right, Tolliver, if you're not going to be cooperative, we'll just have to haul you and your family and the chest all back. Really don't want to rough up the women and children. Just be nice if you just turn it over. Everyone moves along. These folks are weary travelers just looking for a good night's rest. And here you are wasting their evening away because you won't turn over what's not yours. If you folks have anything you could do to help convince him cooperate, that would be splendid. Otherwise, it's really not worth your time to be wasting standing out here in the cool breeze.
Why, yes, you're quite right. I I'm quite tired of standing out here. I would like to resolve this as quickly as possible. Uh, how many? It's just the man, the child, the woman, and then the other individual.
So you have Tolliver, his wife, their
Oh,
2 kids.
okay.
And then flanking them is the merfolk woman and the human male that have been talking. And at this point in time, you're within range to be able to see the other merfolk woman that's in between the 2 buildings off to the right.
Okay.
The 2
So
merfolk women looking pretty much spot on. They got to be siblings of some sort.
yes, I shall resolve this right now. I will take a look in the chest and see what's going on, and then I will decide what's going on. If you will excuse me, and he will take out one of his blades and do a.
Oliver like immediately tries like, no, you can't open the chest.
Why, I am not opening the chest at this moment. I will open it in a second.
Give me your deception persuasion roll.
I mean, he's going to open it in a second. He's not opening it right now. He's
As
got to
he
do
has his
something
arm
first.
raised with the blade. I was just stretching.
Then he uses the other blade in the other hand. Just bonk.
Ir Irregardless, the blade comes down and he is going to cast Hold Person on all of the adults.
All 5 of them?
Oh, actually, not his wife.
Okay. So on the
On the
2
4 of them.
merfolk, the male, and the 2 human males.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we could.
It's Wisdom
That includes
16.
Oliver.
Huh? Yes. All right. You said wisdom 16.
Yeah.
Oh, she's already open. Okay. That's a fail. That's definitely a fail. Just barely a fail. And another fail. So as everybody freezes in place from your hold person spell, I think roll me a d6.
Okay. Oh. 1 6.
Roll a 6. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. And nothing happens?
No. Other than they're all stuck in place.
All right. Thank you so much for everyone holding on for a moment. He'll walk up the rest of the way. Now, friend, you were very distraught at me trying to open the chest. Um, but that's okay. I have things for this. You see, uh, he's going to kneel down to the chest and, or not kneel down. Taking his one blade, he's going to tap it on the sides as if he's knighting it, and he's going to dispel magic. And we'll throw that at a 4th level.
Ooh, dang.
Roll me a d6.
A 3?
As you tap on the side of the chest, just a field of fog just immediately poof starts coming out from around the chest, creating dense fog in a 10-foot radius, making vision impaired.
Ma'am, now might be the time you and your kids come with us. I gesture to the wife and children.
Oh, yes, please. You all should move away. There's no need for you all to get involved in this.
But my husband said not to open it.
That's probably
I'm-
a good reason why you don't want to be here for it.
She's like looking pleadingly at her husband, which hold person is that restrained?
Paralyzed.
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 Okay.
Debilitating.
Want to make sure I have 4 people that can't talk either, so.
If she, what does she do?
Holds on to the chest.
Ma'am, please, I would not like to raise my voice at a lady. Please move away from the chest now.
Passive perceptions other than Tamerlane. I know yours meets pretty much any stealth thing. So, the other ones were you 15? Is that right? Or in the 15 range for
I have an
Herdwin?
18.
18? In the 15 to 20 range, we'll put it that way. So with the 15, the 18, you hear just really subtly some voice coming from up above. Marquis, as you're up top now and moving across, you spot just as you get your bearings and taking in what's down there, somebody peek up over the edge of the building across the way and fire a crossbow bolt at oh my gosh,
Nudisha?
DS.
Nodijos.
It's an interesting name, I know.
So, find my actions, I suppose.
Yeah, I need to know whether or not I need to do things.
So yeah, as takes aim and fires this crossbow bolt, goes hurling through the air, heading towards you, and that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh, okay.
Wow,
We're not gonna start combat at 3 hours and 15 minutes in, so
I wasn't
Not
sure if
much
it was gonna be
going
like a quick combat and
Yeah.
like a 1v5.
Just mess up these people with our
well, that
1v5
might be.
spells.
I mean, you don't have very many hit points, so it could be a quick 1v5, but
Oh, rough.
all right. So that is where we'll wrap up this week. We'll be back next week with part 2 of this and see what happens in the alley and pick up with where we go from there. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. Yeah, we'll continue doing the sticker giveaway next week. Missed your chance on the dice giveaway, folks. But we will do that. And thanks to Solid 10 for entry in the giveaway. Thanks to Paisley for re-upping the sub tonight. Thanks for anybody who popped in. Thanks, Sana, for showing up for a little bit here tonight. Yeah, we will continue next week with part 2. In 2 weeks, we will go back to Sybil's Spear for a week and do our book review from book 3. Kind of unpack some baggage from that.
So much baggage.
And talk to our dusty friend as we get to talk to Ollie about stuff. But so tune in next week for the continuation of Luck of the Draw, and definitely come back in the following week for the book review, and then Luck of the Draw will be back the week after that, and that's kind of where we're going to spend our May. So appreciate you coming in, appreciate your support, and look forward to seeing you, hearing you, interacting with you in the future. And thanks for checking things out. And we'll say goodbye to the VOD viewers at this point.
Till next time.